This is for all you shmup fans out there. A few years back, Altair Psi had manufactured some Vic Viper models. This is the first one that came out. It is for a show called Sky Girls. Sky Girls was really not that great. It was anime put out by Konami, which is kind of in line with the Buso Shinki, I guess, Girls with Guns. Their action figure line, it really wasn't that good. It was just kind of about moe blobs, and it's up to them to defend the Earth, and blah blah blah. Anyhow, it really wasn't that great. These models are not that great either. You get them just because they're Vic Vipers, not because they're very well made at all. This model has a lot of issues with it, and for those of you shmup fans who want to build a Vic Viper but you've never really built a model kit, hopefully this video will be of some use to you. So let me open this up. I've already started working on this. First of all, these stickers are terrible. They're stickers. They're not water slide decals. They're stickers. They're gross. They feel gross. I don't like them. Strike one. Strike two is that the plastic feels very waxy, and it has kind of like an eggshell texture to it, and you can see that the whitish, it looks white because I've been sanding this like crazy. I've been using 400 grit sandpaper, and I've been sanding this until it gets smooth. I need to wash this off so that get rid of all of the dirt, the sanded residue. But I've gone over the whole model, just sanding it like crazy until I got it nice and smooth. So now it feels smooth, and it's ready to be worked with. So yeah, the plastic itself and the texture, strike two, strike three. Strike four against it, the canopy. I mean, it has, you know, a little cockpit and stuff. You can put it together, I guess, but the canopy looks terrible, and this is the reason why. You got like this big peg right here. This is crap. I mean, if you look at any other models, it would just be glued on or something, or they should at least have the peg like on the ends here. But you got a peg here and a peg here, and it looks like crap. It just looks totally terrible. So something that's interesting is this was in Dengeki magazine, Dengeki Hobby. This is February of 2008. Let me there we go. Get a better vantage point for my little mini tripod here. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up to the spread here. It's an X-Wing fighter by Fine Molds. It's actually a really great model. Here we go. This is the Vic Viper here. So you notice the canopy is opaque. The guy who modeled this didn't even bother to try to make it look nice. There's nothing really you can do. I mean, if you want it to look nice, you have to just paint the canopy opaque. So that's what I plan on doing. I mean, it is pretty cool. I mean, you got like a stand, you got little options and stuff. That's pretty cool. Oops, that's it. So yeah, it ties into the Sky Girls, and they do have other kits, Vic Viper kits. This is the Gradius 3 one. I don't know if there's much improvements at all. The quality of the plastic is still bad. The problem with the peg is still there. I think the design issues is pretty much no improvements really at all, unfortunately. But this is what you got to work with. So what I'm going to do is just cut this off of the runner here. There. And just get something like this. I'm going to paint it black. Just going to paint this whole canopy black. And I'm going to work mainly with spray cans. A lot of you shmup fans, if you don't know much about models, you probably don't have an airbrush. So I'm just going to use some spray cans. This is Tamiya Semi-Gloss Black. That's what I'm just going to paint this over real quick. And these are rattle cans. Basically, you got to warm up the can, not too hot. You don't want to hurt your hand, you don't want to burn your hand, and you also don't want the paint can to explode. But you just get it warm to help the paint move nicely out. And you can do this by just putting it in some warm water, or you can just stick it outside if it's the summertime. Just shake it up real well, and then just do light misting coats until it gets filled up. Lacquer, it dries real well. It dries pretty quickly. So that's the first thing on the list of what I'm going to do. Okay, it's been more than a half a year since I last touched this. Anyhow, as a result, this plastic has had a lot of time for the paint to set on it. It's the Semi-Gloss Black. So, my plan is to put this decal on it, spray it with gold paint. This is Mr. Color Gold, and let it set and dry, and then peel off the decal, and then there should be a nice gold and black design to it. I'm going to try to do this without ripping the decal. They did not do a good job with this decal. Phew! There. Did it. And then, guess I can try the other side too. See if I can grab it. There. Okay. Let's see if this thing will fit on. It's goofy decal. So apparently that hole will line up with the groove, or the hole in the decal, and then just let it come together by itself. Okay, well, that mostly got it on there. I'm going to do the other side. I'll straighten this out and do the other side. Okay, I'm just carefully cutting around this here. I did not like the middle black sticker at all. It's total crap. It doesn't fit at all. So I put some Tamiya masking tape, and I'm just very lightly pressing to cut. Now I'm not gouging the plastic at all. I'm just cutting only the tape. So I just kind of rubbed it with my fingernail to get the outline of the canopy, and cutting around the outline. Alright, I think I should do it for that end. I'm going to do it here. My daughter's goofy right now. Sorry for the background noise. We got some, what's it called? What are those insects called again? What are the insects called again? That's right, suzumushi. They're like Japanese, well, they're not crickets, but they're kind of like crickets. And they make a beautiful singing noise at night. My daughter, she loves insects so much she can't keep her hands off them. So she keeps disturbing the poor insects when they just want to have fun, terrorizing them. It's a learning experience for her. So I might have to go over this maybe a couple more times to make sure that the masking tape is properly cut. That looks nice. Ah, crap. Okay, I can just kind of smooth the rest out with my fingernail. There. There. And it turns out that those little holes are not necessary to cut out. You can leave them on. I mean, if you're going to do it the way this is. I decided to cover it because this is going to be sprayed with gold. You know, this is just masking gold. Paint will go on next and then peel off, and then it'll leave the black behind. So this looks great. Spraying it with gold spray comes next. Maybe you don't have Mr. Hobby spray cans where you are. I don't know. I think Tamiya has a spray can in gold, or maybe even Testers for that matter. So the next step is just to get I made this myself with just a bamboo skewer and an alligator clip, and I taped it around to make it fit. So this just clips on the bottom side, and I can spray paint it. Okay, I'm not going to wear a mask because I'm just going to do this really quick, and it's only just a little tiny bit. Just use the gold spray. I'm just going to make quick, close passes until it fills up. Careful. Of course you want to be upwind, but there, I did it. Okay, it's coming off pretty decently. The lacquer paint has had several hours to dry, so I can peeled off the masking. There should be no problem damaging the gold paint, I don't think. So now the black is leaving a little bit of a sticky residue, but I think I might be able to just rub it off with my finger. Should be no problem, I'm pretty sure. So this is the finished result here. Looks pretty cool, huh? I'm pretty satisfied with that. Yay. Now, for the rest of these stickers, I think these are just going to go in the trash. I don't think I need those at all. Okay, so I've gone over this a little bit more with sandpaper, make it a little bit smoother, and I'm ready to wash off the excess plastic, sanded, you know, the plastic dust, and should be ready for priming. So actually this piece here looked really crappy actually. I sanded it fairly well, I guess. It just looked really, it was just crap. Like this looks nice, but this is actually the back, the part that faces on the outside of the airplane is this part here, and it had like these circular little indentations, two each, and it just looked really crappy. But I've sanded it, and I think it looks a little bit better. It's just really, they weren't thinking when they made this. This metal colored stuff I didn't actually bother to sand, because I don't know, the texture didn't bother me with this stuff at all. The problem with this model, one of the many problems, is that the gates, which is where the part connects with the runner, are too thick. They're just way too thick. So once you cut this off, you're going to have to do a bit more work with it, sanding it and such. They just did not make this thin enough so that they can come off easily. So, I mean, look at this. I don't know if I'm getting this on the camera, but this is so thick. What were they thinking? Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell where the gate begins and the part ends, and the gate begins. So, there. If you're not sure, you might want to look at the instruction manual and find the part to make sure that you got the right part. Because when you're starting out with modeling, it's kind of makes you nervous when you're afraid of cutting off part of the actual piece. So, well, these Tamiya side cutters are pretty good for this job. I would just use an X-Acto knife to kind of cut away some of the excess. Maybe sand it a little bit if necessary. But maybe a lot of these parts you won't even see. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and do the runner here. So there's an actual strategy to this. When you take the parts off, you want to look for like the back side where you can actually clamp it with like a alligator clip like this, so that it'll make it easier for brushing. I'm sorry, for not airbrushing, but you know, spray canning when you paint it. So here, I'll take it off. This is the engine, the back engine here, the burner.
So I'll just remove this here. This is the part that faces out. So just clamp it on this part, this back part here. Nobody should see it. So this way you'll be able to paint it, and the part that doesn't get painted where the clip is touching is in the back. So no worries, right? So let's take a look at this big huge piece here. And again, the gates are way too thick. Way too thick. That's why it's also, I recommend getting a nice side cutters like these Tamiya side cutters. They're very, very precise. And like for example, this is the first one that I ever bought. Is this piece of crap here? I mean, if you can look, it doesn't even compare. I mean, this will just leave like kind of a mess behind. This is way more precise, and this one is actually a bit. I don't know. This is just smoother. Even when you clamp it, it's just so much better quality. So anyhow, going back to this. I wonder if I could see Fujisan today. Yeah. There it is. Nice. It's a nice cool morning in May. Okay, so this is totally removed. Alright, so what I'll do, let me get the crappy cutters. Put the wear and tear on this thing instead. There. Okay, so maybe I'll just leave this part attached, because this is going to get painted on. I think, I don't know if I can grab onto this or not. I guess I can. Yeah, I could do that. Kind of a big piece, so it might slip off. What I think I might do is just clamp it here, and at the end just kind of cut that off. I'll have to look at the instructions just to make sure, but I do not believe that this part back here is going to be visible. So this is like, I think this is the bay where the options pop out of, I think. And there's going to be like little panels that you can remove to display the inside of the fighter jet. So yeah, just look at the instruction manuals, just get a feel for how these parts fit together, and to see the parts that will not be visible. So like this is like going to be on the outside. This part here you can just clamp onto here. Yay. It's the cars driving over the concrete covers of the gutter. Alright, so just be careful not to cut the actual model here. There, because the model does kind of protrude a little bit. Here. So I might touch this up with the X-Acto knife a little bit. There. Now it's nice and smooth. Now I'll just clamp it from behind here. There you go. So everything is ready to go. So I'll be throwing this out. Don't need this. And the inside of the cockpit, I'm not going to bother with this stuff really because it's going to be obscured by the cockpit, and this is not transparent. So you know, all the people who are really, you know, the serious modelers, they don't even bother with that. Hobby Japan magazine, Shizuoka Hobby Show, everywhere you go, you don't ever see people using the canopy with, you know, using the clear plastic. They always just paint it over because it's really just absurd. So, let me move my coffee here. Okay, the colors I'm going to be using are, well, for the very base of the body, it's going to be bare metal silver Tamiya. This is the Tamiya color for aircraft, and I'm going to be using a little bit of light gray, AS18. The silver is AS12. The main body color is going to be intermediate blue, which is like a blue-gray, and that's AS19, also a Tamiya aircraft color. And the trim is going to be like a navy blue, US Navy blue, that's AS8. For the engines and stuff, I'm going to use TS40 black metallic, sorry, metallic black. I'm thinking of the Catherine Wheel song. Skin is black metallic. And light gunmetal, TS42. And the primer is, let me see, might not be readily available here. Let me move all my crap here. Again, I just have not had time to do much with finding home for all these different things. Here, Tamiya surface primer, just the basic gray. So I'll start surfacing these parts here, and it's good to have just a chunk of styrofoam, and then after you paint the part, you just stick it in there. So I have a few of these that I'll be using. This is the result of the painting. See if we can do this without knocking things over. This is the gun metal for the engine. It's gonna look cool. It's a really cool looking color. Very metallic blue, or metallic gray. And this is also the same color as like engine parts here. Pretty awesome, I think. And black metallic for the option bay, and some of the other parts here, black metallic, or metallic black, and then silver for the rockets and the gear the landing gears and stuff. So, yeah. Next I'll start with the rest of the kit, taking them off the trees and getting them ready for priming and painting.